Peace and blessings. It's your girl Elishaba. I'm outside at the park. I don't know how my hair looks. I've been laying down meditating. I'm outside at the park here in Florida doing some self-care time, meditation, reflection, reading, and whatever else comes up. And so I did a oracle card reading. It's a general card reading for it applies to whoever comes along and sees the video and sees the reading, and also to myself. With my oracle card deck, I always do the intuitive way like I do the tarot cards, simply because some of the goddesses on the cards I don't intellectually know about, because I may or may not have had a connection to them in the past or something. But I definitely so I read the books to get a little insight into the goddess that's portrayed on the card and her history, and then I can do some intellectual studying on what she stands for. So I'm going to show you the card and a little bit of what the book says, and then plus just elaborate on what Spirit gives me. So we have, I think it's pronounced Isalt. It says, undying love. The love you have shared is eternal, regardless of the situation. And then the little book that comes with it to explain says that Isolde is a legendary Celtic goddess. So she's a Celtic goddess, and she was caught in a tragic love triangle between her husband, King Mark of Cornwall, and Sir Tristan, a handsome and got to turn the page. Noble knight. Throughout the scenario, Isolde was courageous and dealing with her respect for her husband and her profound love for Tristan. Today, Isolde helps us through the corridors of relationship love, including familial, romantic, parental, and friendship. She reminds us that regardless of the situation, our love is real, powerful, and undying. Call upon Isolde whenever you need help with any relationship, including your connection with departed loved ones. So some of the meanings associated with this card, which this one really stuck out to me a lot, personally especially, is love from your romantic partner is eternal, regardless of outward appearances. And then there's another one, your deceased loved one is happy and sends you love. The love that you send into the world is an important part of your divine purpose. Also, another one is let go of an old relationship to make room for another one, or you're healing from a breakup, or you're healing from some other type of loss. Okay. So love to me is a reflection. Everything, period, is a reflection of what you put out there. And it also is the things that you experience are what you attract to yourself based off of who you are at your core and what you've cultivated yourself into, what you believe of yourself. So in reality, when we lose something, it's either because it's meant for us to lose it because we don't need it anymore, or things are changing into another form that's going to be more beneficial for us. As far as relationships, like in my particular relationship, I've had moments where I'm like, I asked for this relationship specifically, and I've had my times when I'm like, is this what I really asked for? Is this what I signed up for? And what I had to realize over the past week especially is that the things that are happening right in front of my face are direct reflections of my inner thought processes and beliefs. And as long as I think, believe certain things, that's what's going to be mirrored to me outside of me. this week has been a real big lesson in personal power, and realizing that I have to do kind of like the parable, the story that they speak of with the Christ figure in the Bible, where it says that, he was walking on the water, and was it Peter? I think it was Peter. He said, oh, he's walking on the water. He said, well, come on out here and walk. So he starts walking, and then he walking towards that Christ figure, which represents like you and your perfected self, right? Your highest version of you. So, and that's the play. That's the thing. That's the goal. That's the image that you should always hold of yourself. That perfected, most powerful, most illuminated, most all-knowing version of yourself. That's what you're supposed to keep your eyes on. But then Peter starts looking around, and he sees the storm and all this good stuff, and he ends up faltering or sinking. So what is that story really supposed to mean or tell us? It's telling us that despite how things look, we have to keep our eyes on our goal, which is the highest version of ourselves, that's what the Christ or Jesus Christ represents. The most illuminated, most perfect form of ourselves. And we have to conduct ourselves in a way and almost program ourselves in such a way where we're not thrown off by anything outside of ourselves that might not seem to be going the way we want it to. And that includes relationships with parents, relationships with children, relationships with loved ones. We absolutely have to remember who we are and the power that we have, rather than succumbing to the illusions around us. And those illusions are that we're sick, we're sad, we're unhappy, we don't have what we want. In reality, you create exactly what you want. And I'm telling you, I've had that lesson taught to me and retaught to me, and I've had to go back and have remedial classes like over and over again. And eventually it sticks, and it will stick completely, to where I don't have my moments of sinking in the water or drowning. So you are loved eternally. No matter what is taken from you in this life, like a loss of a loved one, and no matter what is, or material things, or, something that could be taken from you, even is just your peace. And I hope y'all can hear me, because they're like cutting grass and stuff. But even just your, if you're in a relationship and you think that the harmony and peace has been taken from you, nothing can ever be taken from you, because you come from a place of pure love, first and foremost. And all you have to do is remember who you are. And it's not easy all the time. But if you remember that you are from abundant, ever-abiding love all the time, you will always end up attracting those circumstances that are of love and that are of peace, that are of harmony, rather than continuing to think that something outside of you controls your reality. So no matter what the situation looks like, no matter what happens, you got to keep your eye on that Christ version of yourself, that anointed, perfected version of yourself. In that place and in that being and attracted to that being and surrounding that being is nothing but what you want. You are a creator, and you create exactly what you want. So I hope I'm being clear. I'm kind of just speaking from the heart, but yeah, just remember that you are of love, and love is what you want it to be. Whatever you want to get out of this life, whatever experiences you want, whatever amount of money you want, whatever amount of success you want, You have to remember you are creating it, and don't let other people's delusions, illusions, shortcomings move you from that. One of the rules of attraction is the highest energy wins. So you have to fortify yourself with the knowing that you win, period. All the time, every time. So, undying love, you have the power to attract and be and experience exactly what you want to attract, be, and experience, no matter what the outer situation might look like.